An Oregon school district plans to offer condoms to students starting in 6th grade as part of an updated sex education policy aimed at decreasing teen pregnancy, sparking debate over whether 11-year-olds are too young for such a program. The plan by the rural Jervis School District comes after a 2013 survey by nursing students found that 7% of district high school girls had experienced pregnancy, and 42% of students reported never or sometimes using protection. Over the past few decades, teen pregnancy in our community has remained somewhat constant but higher than the board felt comfortable with, Superintendent Rick Hensel said in a blog post dated Monday. The district school board approved the sex education policy earlier this month for 6th through 12th graders in the tiny town north of Salem, and Hensel said administrators would hash out details this summer to be implemented in the fall. The board decided to include middle school students because the middle and high schools are close in proximity and run by the same administration, and because middle school girls are getting pregnant too. Every few years, a middle school student either becomes pregnant or is associated with a pregnancy, he said. The board felt that the curriculum should reach the students of the middle school. But some question whether 6th graders who are typically 11 or 12 years old need condoms. I have to say that 6th grade to me seems incredibly young, said Amita Vias, assistant professor and director of the maternal and child health program at George Washington University. We really don't see high rates of sexual activity when we are looking at 13 and under. But she said educating young students and keeping them engaged with teachers and parents is a useful way to decrease teen pregnancy. Though the board voted unanimously, Hensel alluded that it was not easy for some members who cast votes, in some cases contrary to their individual beliefs. He said abstinence remained the foundation of the curriculum and that students would be required to speak with a trained teacher, counselor, nurse, or administrator before receiving condoms. Though the curriculum is designed after a program for 13 and 18-year-olds, University of Michigan professor of nursing Antonio Villoro said that if younger students are having sex, it makes sense to include them. If you put it in that context, no, it's not too early to give condoms, she said. The evidence clearly shows it doesn't encourage sexual behavior, but actually helps to delay it.
What's up, my YouTube friends? I haven't seen you all in a while. Where you been? Hey, sorry about the birds tweeting in the background during that story, but I recorded the story in my bedroom with the windows up since it was such a beautiful day today. Now let's talk about this story. It's pretty sad that we are even having these types of discussions with respect to our young kids as young as 11 years old. Nonetheless, I do agree that it is a needed conversation because kids are, without a doubt, having sex at a much earlier age, and nobody should be surprised when you consider the continuous bombardment of sexual explicit content they are exposed to. Some want to bash the school for this suggestion, but really the blame should be placed on our society as a whole, allowing our country to decline to such a low state of moral decay. The school is only trying to mitigate the potential consequences of children engaging in intercourse at an early age by trying to educate them and provide them with protection mainly against pregnancy, but also against sexually transmitted diseases. However, the school is going about it the wrong way. What these kids need is kingdom knowledge. They need to learn words like fornication and adultery and the consequences of these sins. I guess probably the first thing they need to learn is that they are committing a sin. I actually wonder how many of them at 11 years old even know what that is these days, sin. This is yet another story of how the increase in sin in the world and the decreased focus on God and His Son, Jesus the Christ, is destroying our nation and fulfilling Bible prophecy. No God, no hope. Thanks for watching. God bless. Peace and love.